Welcome. This is the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. This is a Pagan creative cycle and divine inspiration reading. We're going to take a look at what's going on here. I'll explain cards as we go through and the meaning of the different positions. Anyone that's born during the light half of the year, this reading is for you. I also have the complementary dark half of the year reading for others born during that time. So our central card here is asking the question, how can I allow the energy of the Ascended Master to help me live a more sacred reality, to heal and be more spiritually attuned? For this month, as this is a monthly reading, you got the Ascended Master Helios and Citrine with the theme of your time to shine. I will read from the author's books first through this spread, and then please look at the timestamp below if you wish to access the intuitive portion of the reading, which is always fun. So a little bit from the author here. It is your time to shine. You do not stand alone, and yet you will at times feel as though you are the lone lighthouse shining truth for those lost in a stormy sea of darkness, who need help to find their way safely to shore. You cannot fulfill this spiritual task if you lift your lighthouse self off of the rocks and go in search of a sunny day. For the lighthouse to be able to assist those in need, it must be present and luminous within the darkness. You must trust during this time that you have enough light within your heart from your own powerful inner connection to the divine light of love to sustain you as you shine bright enough through the night. If you sense that there is much pain and suffering around you, do not become afraid. You are fulfilling a spiritual task to help those who are lost. You are the lighthouse shining in the darkness. Now we are going to move to the card in the top left position, not top center, but top left, and then we will work our way counterclockwise across or around the wheel. So the next card that you have, we are asking the question, how are things around my accomplishments? What should I preserve and what should I let go of? And you have the Phoenix this month with the theme of resurrection, surrender to change. The Phoenix appears as your ally to celebrate your journey and to ensure your ultimate success. This is true even if it appears that you've just passed through a metamorphical experience of death or are currently enduring a perception of failure in your life. Death and rebirth are related when you enter the realm of the Phoenix. Seen in this light, nothing truly dies, but rather changes from one ending directly into new beginnings, which is exactly what this position represents in the Pagan cycle of the year. The Phoenix is constantly reinventing itself and rises up whole and new and even more powerful with every death it experiences. This could signal an end of a relationship or of a dynamic within one, or an end of a job, a project, or even a life. Perhaps no failure is involved, but it's time for a complete overhaul of your circumstances. You may be tired of what you're doing, or you may know intuitively that it's time to move on and try something new. Whatever the case, a death of the old and a celebration of new life are called for. Whatever you do now will indeed be a successful endeavor, for a rebirth is imminent. Okay, the next question we are asking is, how can I dream light into life with the intention to create an ideal harvest from it? And from the cosmic reading cards you have Celestial Teacher. You are a spiritual being with unlimited potential. There's much for you to share. This card represents your ability to manifest a reality of your own choosing. You have come a long way in this world of manifestation that you now find yourself in reflects the wisdom, insight, and clarity you have embraced so far. If you have drawn this card, Spirit is encouraging you to share this wisdom with the world. Unlimited power, light, and sacred knowledge flows through you, for your heart is open and your mind is clear. Trust in your abilities as a teacher, for you have a strong connection to the universal energies of love. Allow Divine Spirit to speak through you and trust in this process, that it is unfolding. Trust yourself and trust in what you know. Let go of any doubts or inhibitions that keep you from taking that next step. By not embracing and sharing the wisdom you hold, you deny the world the opportunity to experience your unique healing light. Many gravitate towards radiant souls who stand empowered. You're a natural teacher, dear one, with natural counseling skills. By seeking your truth and sharing the lessons you have learned, you inspire others to find the courage within them to do the same. Your own unique celestial light, with the guidance of Spirit, will bring much love, peace, and clarity to this planet. The increased awareness and light that you have gained is an invaluable resource that will inspire many. Release all doubts and hesitation. Be the divine soul you came here to be. Be the light, love, peace, and stillness that this world seeks. The next question for the next card is, how can I purify, prepare, and commit to inspired creativity? From the Witch's Oracle, we have the Queen of Elfin, magic and beauty. The vibration is the underworld. You have the ability to see through illusions. When this card appears, tapping into other realities and bringing magic and beauty to all that you touch. Let your spirit fly and take you to the land where dreams can come true. You may be called to reflect the beauty of another back to them, or perhaps to bring some magic into their life. Seek the magic in all situations and call upon this elfin queen to guide your journey. You are a powerful mirror for others at this moment. This queen also indicates that you are focusing too much upon outer beauty. Let go and enter your magic. Know that you are beautiful. Okay, and then for our next card, our question is, how can I balance active and resting or reflective energies in life to seed new creativity? From the Mystic Sisters Oracle, you have Matcha with the themes of protection and defender of the home. Matcha is the Irish goddess of war who is strongly linked to her land. She is one of the three sister goddesses who could take the form of crows or ravens. She would fly over battlefields, taking the souls of the deceased off to the other world in her black wings. Battle drums may be beating when you draw this card. You may feel something or someone valuable to you is under threat, and you are compelled to defend and offer protection. This card deals mainly with securing your family and your home, but it also is about personal psychic space. Take care to be measured in your response and not overly reactionary. Set your boundaries firmly around what is rightfully yours. The next question is, how am I experiencing pleasure and freedom with my creative commitments? From the mystical healing deck, we have temper your criticism. Become discerning instead of critical. When you are critical, you harden yourself and literally put energetic knives into others. You also block yourself from becoming a more refined, sensitive, intuitive human being. Your healing pathways get blocked and your bones and muscles begin to degenerate. When you are harsh and critical with yourself, you lose your life force energy and your self-esteem, and you become depressed. Your ability to be flexible, think deeply, and receive new, higher wisdom is also limited. Start looking for what is good, holy, and beautiful in each person. Develop discernment while still encouraging yourself and others to grow. Try to see things from several angles in order to create more objectivity and gentleness in your counsel. Practice self-kindness. This card asks that you start to experience yourself and others and the world from a more compassionate point of view. Look at every challenge as a possibility for new growth. And our next question is, how am I abundant around my inspired, light-filled, creative endeavors? You have the Cosmic Enchantress from the Star Temple Oracle with a theme of wishcraft. I attract a steady flow of abundance. Wishcraft describes the intentional practice of making all your wishes come true. This card indicates that it is a potent time of manifesting for you. Alcyone, the sister of enchantment, reassures you that anything is possible with strong intent, focus, and faith in action. Your unique brand of magic manifests miracles in your life. You are a powerful conjurer, harnessing everything you need to attract a steady flow of abundance to you. Loving intention draws love towards you. Take a leap of trust, and you will be supported and rewarded. The next question is, how can I protect myself without fear through new resources I've manifested? And from the Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle, you have become your own strength. One life cycle ends and another begins. Flow with the cosmic rhythms to become the master of your own fate. We all go through periods of dissolution and breaking down. What we don't often realize at the time is that this is necessary to move forward, break a cycle, and move into the next phase of our lives, which may be full of even greater opportunities than we can imagine from the current vantage point. Instead of going against the tide, pull into shore for a while to contemplate. Keep your eyes wide open and be ready to leap. The goddess gives gifts as well as taking them away. The butterflies represent the soul. And the last question is, how will my gratitude and wisdom gained through reflection on my new growth help me create new opportunities? From Transcendent Journeys, we have Change Your Environment, the Rainbow Serpent. Embody the creation figure and carve out a new landscape for your life. Explore your dream time to find inspiration for creating new vistas. The rainbow serpent is believed to be the creator who came to earth and gouged out the hills and valleys of Australia. Age-old stories of the rainbow serpent are depicted in the music and art of Indigenous Australians. The serpent connects the sacred waters of life from one waterhole to another. Like the Celtic otherworld, the dream time is a place of no time, where the past, present, and future all exist at once. If you take a spirit journey outside time and space, you may bring back knowledge and insight. You can influence your community and change your landscape with your new thoughts and creations. Okay, I'm now going to move into the intuitive portion of this reading, and I will probably deviate from the theme of the reading altogether, as I'm just going to kind of riff on whatever wants to come out here for me. There seems to be definitely a need for clarity about your power and how that is connected to your creativity. There is definitely a very strong presence that you're having in this area, a very dominating energy that is clearly defined. There are boundaries about what you're letting in and out, and that is to protect the clarity, basically the vision that you have for this, and to remain in your power and to remain feeling energized about your creativity. This may be something that is from your past that you are being protective about. You may have poured just a ton of energy and time and soul and spirit into something that you were exceptionally passionate about, that was definitely creative, a very inspired project perhaps, and it seems like you're giving it a second life, like you want it to live fully once again in its energetically, almost is more important for you than actually how it exists physically. There's something about it just sort of burning through the atmosphere, maybe being able to inspire others around you in your environment, or if not immediate environment, perhaps even digitally, if you offer services that way. It could be something that you have mastered and that you're trying to share, that you've put a lot of time into gathering insight from and learning from those who are advanced about the subject matter. And you appear to have really, really grown in this, and you're able to enlighten basically anyone else that may be in the dark about your subject matter, about the wisdom and the knowledge that you have. And it's very peaceful, or it seems to bring you a lot of peace, I should say, whatever this is that you're dealing with. It may also help you feel like you're in a little bit of a fantasy land about it. You may feel happy and more engaged with your environment, and there may be a more profound sense of play around you, and that you've come out, like maybe you were in a womb state before, and now you've emerged from that and you're ready to share more freely this wisdom that you have on offer. And maybe through this, maybe it's even environmental in its nature. Maybe it will help heal the planet to a certain degree. I do see that in you becoming part of your environment and extending yourself, there is a chance that a lot of energy could be leaked out from this, and you may find yourself feeling bleak. Perhaps you kind of overgive and you just sort of drain everything out. And when you overgive and you drain your resources personally, you can't, especially energetically, you can't be that radiant being in your environment that just exudes all this static energy. And it has a way of then bringing in negative energy to feed off of you. So it looks like there could be some very well-intentioned energy that you start off with, but perhaps there is a little mishap in how you try to integrate this into your surroundings. So we'll see if something else emerges. Yeah, I mean, I am getting in continuum here that there may be you either could not be listening and seeing things, or people around you may not be listening and seeing things. So there could simply be something off in how you're communicating, not only with yourself, but with others and how they're communicating to you. And this may feel like it's from the past. Maybe there's a communication style that's very habitual that you need to look at and evolve for yourself. I do see that all parties involved with this are fairly vulnerable, and they've sort of set aside their intelligence and what really is motivating them to even want to communicate, and have become rather just stuck in the doldrums of this poor discourse that can happen amongst members of the human family. So that may be just a phase that you go through at some point here. And then I do see this deeply restored energy that's coming through a connection to something higher than yourself, and a connection to wisdom. And you will work with this energy through your hands probably to make it manifest in your environment. So you may find that you need to seek higher knowledge, you need more education, you need to be more fully impassioned mentally to then be able to carry this initial energy that you had back into the world at some point again here. You know, completely reinvigorate yourself while remaining vulnerable. There's definitely a message here of not getting hardened and armored through all this. And by doing this, I see you standing in a place of calm once again, and this calm is nurtured by a lot of wisdom, a lot of mental clarity, and you're able to be in a dark environment. Nevertheless, it may affect you somewhat. I mean, if you are standing in an energetic field that's not altogether ideal for you, I see that you are being protected, though, in doing this, in your arc field, that there is a lot of energies there to support you. And you may find yourself kind of in a process of transfiguration where you're really becoming less of, your identity is less connected with your physical presence and becoming more integrated into you as a spiritual leader as one option. And this is, I'm going to end here with a very strange card. So maybe something at the end of the cycle may have you feeling strange, yet more in harmony with your environment. There seems to be this camouflaging or mirroring between you and what is going on around you, and you seem to have acquired the ability to not feel trapped in that energy of these outside influences, but to harmonize and move with them and relate to them so that you can have your freedom, basically, to be yourself. Not through conformity, but just to accomplish the deeper agenda behind something, the real passion, the real drive, the real motivation. You've learned to adapt, basically. And this will bring you more ease and keep your headspace in a more protected, safer, softer light, instead of dealing with harshness and ignorance and whatnot. So we are going to stop there, and I want to thank you for joining me. Please look at my other playlists should you be interested in getting some more readings throughout the month. I would love to share those with you. For now, though, I'm going to wish you so much peace and sending you blessings. Take care, you guys.